everybody, today we're going to be making this pot roast stew in the crock pot. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's cook. First we're going to begin by opening up. I have a chuck center roast here, about 1.5 pounds, a little bit over 1.5 pounds. We're going to go ahead and open this up and we're going to put this in our crock pot to begin. Okay, we're going to put our roast in there. I'm going to put some seasonings on it. Some salt, pepper. We'll flip this over and do both sides. That's a lovely roast. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Go ahead and add a little bit of garlic salt. I love me garlic salt. Okay, we've got our roast seasoned. We're just gonna let that sit in there and we're gonna move on to our vegetables. Okay, we're gonna begin with cutting up our carrots. I have some baby carrots, about a 16-ounce bag. And what I'm gonna do with these is cut them in half, like so. Let's go through and cut up the carrots. Okay, we've got about 16 ounces of our baby carrots cut in half. I'm gonna go ahead and add these to the crock pot. Okay, this is gonna be so yummy. So yummy. Where's everybody viewing me from today? I love to see how far my recipes reach across the world. Let me know in the comments. I love to read my comments. And here we've got our carrots. That looks like a nice amount. I always want to keep everything balanced. And with our roast, let's move on to our next vegetable, which will be the celery. Next, we're gonna chop up our celery. I don't wanna go too thin with the celery, so I'm gonna do about 1/2 inch cuts with the celery. And I'm gonna put in about, 6 stalks? This is gonna give the stew great, great flavor. So I'll continue to cut these up. We've got our celery cut up. I decided to go with smaller pieces. I just think it'll go better with the stew. So let's go ahead and add this to our crock pot. Go ahead and just add that celery on top of the carrots there. They smell so fresh. Alrighty, we're gonna move on to our next vegetable, which is going to be our potatoes. Okay, these are the potatoes that I'm gonna add to our stew. I love them. They're all different flavors, different types, and it's gonna really add a nice layer to the flavors. Let's go ahead and cut these in half. We'll cut our potatoes in half, and then I'm just gonna give them one more cut. And I'm gonna do it random, right? They all don't need to be the same size. We're gonna cook these in the crock pot for about 3 to 4 hours. So I'm just gonna go through and chop them up. Ooh, they're flying all over the place. So let's finish chopping these up. You can kind of see, I'll show you how they look when we get done here. Got our potatoes chopped up. And look at all that different color with using all these different potatoes. It's gonna be so pretty and look so pretty in the stew. Check these out. And they taste just like regular potatoes. They're all different colors. So this is gonna give a really nice flavor. Let's go ahead and add these to our crock pot now. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add our potatoes on top of our vegetables here. That's getting nice and full. Thank goodness, we're almost done. But I love a lot of potatoes in my stew. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So we've got that in there. We have one more vegetable. I do want to add some onion to this. Alrighty, last vegetable. Let's go ahead and add some sweet onion to that. Now you can see I'm taking like 1/2 inch sections of the onion. And this is gonna give it a really nice flavor. Love onions. Alrighty, let's take our onions. We're just gonna cut these like this. And we're gonna cut them. Chop them up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I think that's gonna add a great flavor to the rest of the vegetables. So it's gonna look about like that. I did what? About 1 small onion. So about a cup of onions. Let's go ahead and add these to our crock pot. All right, let's add our onion. I really need to get a bigger crock pot, guys. don't you think? But this is gonna cook beautifully. These will soften up. We go in here and kind of blend all these vegetables a little bit. Let's work these around. I also want to add some salt. This is the time you want to put salt in for our vegetables. And pepper. Okay. Man, I'm gonna go in here, mix all these up. Look at how lovely that looks. This is gonna be delicious. And then we're gonna add some broth and get this going. Look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna add some beef broth. I like this Kettle and Fire. It's very, very flavorful. So we're gonna add this whole container, which it's about 16 ounces. So let's add this over our vegetables. Let's go ahead and just pour this beautiful broth over our vegetables. Pour that over your vegetables. And then I'm gonna add about 1.25 cups of water. This is gonna help create the juices that we'll need for a yummy gravy. And that is everything in there. Let's give it one final stir. Oh yeah, this is gonna be excellent. Our beef will be on the bottom. Our roast is gonna be just absorbing all those flavors. It's gonna be yummy. Okay. Next, I wanna add just a couple tablespoons of butter on top. I love to add butter to everything I cook. I just think it gives it a much better flavor. I'm a butter lover, so lay those on top. And now this is ready to get cooking. You're gonna wanna turn your crock pot up to high. Okay, before I put the lid on, I'm gonna go ahead and just go over it one more time with salt. I do wanna add a little bit more garlic salt on top. I just wanna make sure that flavor is gonna be in all the vegetables. And that's it. We're gonna go ahead and put the lid on, and we're gonna let this cook for about 4 to 6 hours. So if you have shopping to do, go do it. Okay, we're gonna let this cook 4 to 6 hours, and we'll be back, and you can see how beautiful this looks. It's gonna be yummy, everybody. All right, our crock pot has been cooking. We're about at the 2.5 hour. It's everything, the house smells just wonderful. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make up a slurry, okay? Because we wanna thicken up all those wonderful liquids that are in the crock pot right now. So 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit of water. And yes, I'm using bottled water. Just about 2 tablespoons each, right? Those of water. I'm gonna stir this up, and we just wanna make a little, it's called slurry. And this is gonna act as a thickening agent. And then one last thing that I wanna add as well is some Worcestershire sauce to it. Gotta add a little Worcestershire sauce to your stew. Okay, got that, and it's just ready. But it's gonna really help thickening that up. I'm gonna start with this amount and see what it looks like as it's continuing to cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the stew. Let's see how our roast is doing. Oh my gosh, look at that. See all this juice the vegetables are getting? Those potatoes, the purple ones are so cute. We've got a nice broth in here. So what I'm gonna do now is we're just gonna go ahead and pour the slurry in that I made, okay? With a little bit of the Worcestershire sauce, and just kind of stir that in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my lid back on, and we'll finish cooking this up. Look at that, everybody. This has been cooking for about 6 hours. I let it go. I want it to be where the pot roast literally is falling apart. So if it needs to cook longer, let it cook longer. And this is gonna be even more delicious tomorrow. Now, I also added, because I didn't see it thickening too much, so I wanna let you know this is a great thing to add. I sprinkled some brown gravy in. This McCormick's brown gravy has got a lot of seasonings in it, and it really gives it that really good taste. So I did add some of that to the stew as well. This looks absolutely delicious. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And please, please, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more of my videos. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Until next time.